Hey everybody, welcome back. Good evening. My name is Casey. This is Taylor. We're both people over at HSC, where me, her, and Gavin have created this little, what are we gonna call it? Playbook that you can use in Cyberpunk Red. Omega, which is some keen-eyed people will be like, "What's Omega?" Well, Mass Effect. We made a Mass Effect homebrew. And tonight we're going to be talking about the tech rules and some of the tech abilities that show up, how you can use them, GM stuff like that, and what we've changed from Cyberpunk to this to make it more friendly to the Mass Effect universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Taylor, why don't you go and kind of explain like the differences between like this and Cyberpunk?
Yeah, definitely. So this one also pretty comparable, like we talked about with our soldier, pretty comparable with Cyberpunk Red rules. I would say I would highly recommend, especially if you're gonna go full engineer, maybe go with like the tech or the med tech. It's like I said with solo, okay? Like all engineers don't really need, or well, all med techs and techs probably don't necessarily need to be engineers, but other way around, maybe so, because you're going to get into situations where you're going to need that electronic security and know how to use Omni tools and know how to heal people in the Mass Effect world, which is a thing. But other than that, it's going to be pretty straightforward. You know, you are going to have your ability to fix and fabricate things if you're a tech, or just in general hack things with electronic security, all of those sort of things. There's a little bit of caveats that we'll talk about that when we get a little more into the details, but thankfully it's a pretty like hand in hand kind of situation. Just got to be like creative when it comes to all the cool new tech like Omni tools and such.
Omni tools, Metagel,
Yeah,
the little drone. But so like one of the big things, and well, first off, there's three classes. You got engineer, which is the full tech guy. You got infiltrator, which we've kind of talked about in the soldier class, and in our earlier videos went into more depth about them. You know, you sneaky kind of guys. And then you sentinels, which is like your like your biotic and tech person. Again, in the biotics, in another earlier video, we really went into details of this one. The one that we kind of want to emphasize is pure engineer, the pure tech guys. So engineer class are like the eggheads, the smart guys, the tinkerers, you know, the car customizers for me. That's how I see it. Right? So like these are the guys who like are gonna be like Taylor said, the head tech guys. Let's see. One of the things before we really get into it that I was very keen on and had the backing of the team was get rid of the ×2 stuff.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the thing. In Cyberpunk, you'll notice there's a lot of like electronic security, for example, is a difficult skill. So it's considered ×2 to upgrade it, which means you need double the IP to do anything. We thought if we're in a super sci-fi space world where you can put a chip in your neck and be able to move energy with your mind, you probably have the ability to like learn how to hack pretty decently quickly.
I mean, the first game you just slapped Metagel on there or Omnigel and like, oh look, it's the hack.
Yeah.
So
we kind of like did away with that for the purposes of you're in a super crazy futuristic space odyssey. You probably know what you're doing if that's what you're going to do. The thought. So, and especially since tech is a lot of their abilities are going to be electronic security, because we wanted it to be separate from like cyber tech and cybernetics if you are integrating that in with Cyberpunk Red, so that way it's not one and the same. So that, hey, look, a little bonus from us to you. No ×2. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. So like, let's get into some of the abilities. You know,
Yes.
We have some of the crowd favorites. Like for me personally, Incinerate, which, let me be clear, I'm pretty sure we didn't do it. Incinerate can be flavor text, because I just didn't feel like putting flamethrowers or anything like that in there. Gonna be people like, where's flamethrower or whatever at?
It's in Cyberpunk Red. Go get it from that book.
I was like, look, so like incinerate, flavor it, GMs, players flavor it how you want. If you're Boba Fett, there you go. But if you have the classic, I send out a little ball of flame, cool. But you roll on the shotgun chart, a successful hit takes 4d6 damage. If the damage is enough, like it gets through your armor, it ablates it by 4, because it's fire. If you score a critical hit, the target is set on fire and must spend their actions for 2 rounds to put themselves out or take another 2d6 damage. Because they will remain on fire. Yeah. They still suffer -5 direct to their HP, like a normal critical injury would inflict. Do not use the critical injury chart, because
you don't need to hurt them any more than they're already hurt.
Yeah, they're on fire, guys.
They're on so much fire.
And they're out for 2 rounds.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, little treat to the players to make your GM hate you. A tech, who's also an engineer, understands this. We talked about in a previous video about use your techs. Hey guys, if you're watching this, you're the tech. So here are some ideas for your soldiers and such. What if you could make like a one-off, like incinerate, like essentially a silencer for a gun, but it's just a one-shot incinerate that you can like give to your soldier classes?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It would be so cool.
It would be, but damn it.
Or like a little glow stick that you pop, and you got like a second, like a grenade. You can throw it into a singularity.
Wow.
Up to you, GMs, to figure out how much that costs and how long that takes to make. It's probably good. I've never played a tech.
Right. You should. That's terrifying.
Thanks,
another favorite one that we got, because we got all the favorites. So, we got, cryoblast is in here. We got energy drain in here to, take these shields away.
Tactical cloak.
There we go.
Tactical cloak, my dudes. When activated, you gain a plus, this is not 2, plus 3, I can count, modifier to stealth for 4 combat rounds, or until you open fire or take an action. So you could like pop that and you could sneak around like crazy until you like do something. And it's like invisibility basically. Specialized tech can probably upgrade the ability to allow for full speed movement, so you don't gotta sneak. You can get that what's the ranger ability where you can go fast? I don't remember.
I don't.
I just played one like last week and I don't even remember. And they could have the option to take one shot unnoticed. Give this to a sniper who can like sneak up to their little roost and still get a shot off before anyone knows like where they are. That's 2 shots. That's 2 shots you could do before people even look at you. Pair that with a soldier class and get assassinate.
Or do what Sam did with his, because he has a full tactical cloak. And GMs, if you want to show what full, have a guest on your game and get him full range power.
Because then
you just get like it's like you get somebody with like a buzzsaw gun. There's a lot of carnage that they could do up close and personal because nobody can see them.
Yeah.
And trust me, I rolled. I wasn't being nice. I rolled and failed all my perception checks, and he cut a person.
Yeah.
So like, there's multiple ways.
Yeah, it's super cool. Which I guess that's one thing to say. A couple of times in here in tech, we say like a specialized tech can upgrade these. These are not like biotics. You buy a new implant, you're good. Like either the player has to upgrade them well, or take them to a tech that knows how to upgrade them using the upgrade fabricate rules from the book. And that's on GM's discretion on how long you think it would take for the tactical cloak to be upgraded, and then have that DV rolled and do all of that. So a lot of that's to users' discretion, but we gave you some ideas on how it can be upgraded to be better. Obviously, if they're a tech, they can be like, can it also do this? And you can decide.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren has half of her powers strictly because of that. And we did. Now, GMs, I will say this: if they crit, let them have it. Say they did a good job. But also, if they crit fail, like my boy Ethan did, make it hurt. Make it costly. I think I wiped out Gavin's bankroll because of that. Because I'm like, that's cool. You failed. That's going to be like 25,000 credits to get all the replacement parts that he accidentally fried.
Yep.
So yeah, we got all kinds of. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things here, but just like Soldier has his or her armor, and just like Biotics have Singularity, your Engineer class, has Assault Turret / Drone, which we've recently reworked, and it's pretty dope.
Look, a lot of it in my head is I really like playing a rigger in Shadowrun. This could be your rigger, just with one drone instead of an army of drones, but still, it's so cool.
So like players get engineer only. So let me remind everybody, there is classes
specific.
There we go, that one. And the drone is only for people who took the engineer class. Players get the drone when they choose to take engineer class.
It's freebie.
Deploy.
Happy birthday! You're an engineer. You get a drone. What do you name it? You're responsible for it for the rest of its life,
or until it gets destroyed. Yeah. One of the things, and then it has to get fixed. Let's see. You deploy the combat turret. Deploy a combat turret or a drone for 3 combat rounds. It does 3d6 damage to the target in assault rifle range. So it does have a range, it does have a gun. If destroyed at the end of the 3rd round, it destroyed or at the end of the 3rd round, it takes 2 rounds to recharge. The turret has an SP of 15 and 1 HP. Now, techies, you can be smart about this. This is what we're talking about. This is just a base model. You want to do something about it, do something about it. As an engineer, you have the ability to interface with your drone and see through the camera. When you do this, you lose all visual in the meeting surroundings. So, you put goggles on, whatever, and that drone is now your vision. And it can move. So let's say you're a little bit slower. Your drone, I think I gave it, unless we changed it, wasn't it like 6 movement automatically? So, yeah, we might have changed that. Yeah, we did change that. Don't worry about it.
Follow the normal drone rules in Cyberpunk. Unless we've realized we need to add speed, and therefore we'll do it, and it's on the PDF.
Well, it'll be on the PDF. Subject to change.
Yeah.
Anyway, your drone comes stock with 1 extra ability. So, for you class 3, you gutter punks that are starting out on this low one, you already have your drone. Now you also get to pick one of these abilities, and then your drone gets to have the ability. So you're coming in a little bit stronger than the average bear. Like you can put that drone with overload or incinerate. GMs, be smart about this. Your drone, let's see, you can use the time and training or IP to get an additional ability.
But only one more. 2 total per drone.
These abilities cannot be hot swapped, which means you just can't be like, oh, next mission, I'm going to take this and this.
You solos here with your combat points.
But with that said, you can swap them out using 1 week of downtime in a DV21 using electronic security and or the maker role. So again, this is really curtailed for the engineer. And I mean, both me and Taylor, I personally would think if I was a drone guy, I mean, this drone would be pimped out. It would be gold. It would be chrome. It would be whatever. Like, yeah, like this. Be creative with this, guys.
If this is your baby, this is your drone, you can see through its eyes. What is stopping you from having like 12 other drones that are just normal cyberpunk drones? Then you have an army of drones. You could look. There's a reason I picked Rigger when I started Shadowrun. An army of drones is so to me. Rig this guy up with some insane tech. You have your own abilities. You have the whole Cyberpunk Red book and world and additions to get more cool tech.
Nice.
Figure out your action economy, but man, so cool.
Guys, use the Cyberpunk Red book to your fullest advantage. That's actually one thing I'm kind of disappointed in you guys. Is you guys haven't pulled more stuff out of Cyberpunk to put on your bodies. Now, granted, I haven't.
Yeah. Well, we started off.
Yeah,
we started off like, oh, we're testing this system and weren't sure if cybernetics are cool. Let me have cybernetics. I'm in. Though, one thing to think about. We'll just throw it here. I'll try to make a note to remember to talk about in our next episode too. Cybernetics and space. You're probably in spacesuits a lot of times. You can't use your super fancy cybernetics all the time. Makes you super deadly out of armor though, which is nice. But that was just a thought I had because I thought about getting like a cool little like blade arm for Rhinos, but I was like, oh man, if we're literally anywhere where she has to have on like actual insulated armor suits because space, that's kind of pointless.
Well, I don't know because what was it? Some of the cyberpunk stuff, they were in like hostile thing. I think the shield actually was like they kept them from dying.
Yeah.
Because I think the armor was sealed.
Mm-hmm,
you know,
mm-hmm.
So like I could see a way that the GM be like, you can have Rhinos can be like chic, and it just like it's a little the mantis blade comes out that way.
I want one with poison. Maybe just an injector. I don't think I need a blade. Just a little wrist poison. About it. Let's get it done while I got my implant.
Right. No. You don't get to go to sleep and have 2 new abilities. You got your implant. Be happy. But yes, guys, like tech guys, this game is built for y'all. That's why like we're not going over it because literally we can be like, look at the Cyberpunk Red book and then take that.
Yep.
And Mass Effect it.
Yep.
Like there's not a thing, and then there'll be some people who'll be like, oh, there's not cybernetics. Like, bullshit. So this is me being a lore person. Go to Mass Effect 3 and go listen to the Asari talk to the dude. Like, they literally have a guy talking about either getting a cybernetic leg or having a vat-grown leg. So we are in that world where you can grow your leg back.
If we can in 2045 California, we can in space.
So don't be
mastered
afraid.
Space travel, but not cybernetic limbs.
Yeah. Don't be afraid, my techie friends, to go crazy. And we've given you guys a lot. Some of the other powers, just kind of like, because we talked, like the last couple of ones we talked about are on roll charts. But like, let's say you we're in the future. So there's quote unquote, not Geth.
In ours, yeah.
Maybe. We haven't let this thing's happening.
There's an AI.
But like, let's see. Like we have AI hacking, gives you a +2 to electronic security against AI technologies like mechs. I forget the other one. Geth, VIs, AIs. DV is beating. The DV is up to the GM's discretion. the mech will fight for you for 2d6. So fight for you for 2d6
You
rounds.
have your drone, plus then your cyberpunk drones. Then you hack some mechs. Look, I would be a supervillain. If I was an engineer in Mass Effect, I would be a supervillain with an army of drones. I'd be like that Megamind scene where he like steps out and all of his little flying guys come out. That would be me. Yeah.
So like, but seriously though, like how many times has Ethan literally ruined my shit? Yeah. To the point where I'm like, you're not going into that room without.
I don't think he's fired a gun.
I made him. Well, no, I was gonna make him fire a gun, but then he had to go be a hero and save people.
Yeah. I don't think he has fired a gun. As a full-on engineer, he's been able to be so helpful to our party. And granted, we all deal a lot of damage. Combat doesn't last long, but he's like blocked doors so mechs can't come in and reinforcements can't come in after us. Has like pinpointed direct places, taken over comms from people so we know when and where the bad guys are coming from, cut off comms and looped cameras and told people over comms, oh, we're fine, by using voice masking that he got from watching their Omni tools for so long. Like, you could do so much shit. He's been the most helpful person on our team and has never fucking fired a gun.
Like, I had to make a man in the van character. And I'm like, I had to actually think, like, what can Valorm not do?
Yeah.
Okay. Figured it out. All right, this is what he's good at. Outside of the whole combat situation, you can find information. Yeah. So, like, on GMs, let again, we say this every video, let your players be creative. And vice versa, you must be creative as well. I made this game to where you have to be creative. Yeah. If they want to, like, tit for tat, because balance, not a thing. Fuck balance. I'm not a fan of balance. I'm a fan of, like, figure it out.
James Hutt gonna come get you. He's heard it. His ears are ringing. Balance? What? No balance? James Hutt from Cyberpunk Red. He's the mayor of Balance Town. He can come get you.
I, again, love you, Artel, and you have made a masterful game. But sometimes we just want to go ape shit. And this is me allowing everybody to do that. So, but what else do we have here that we need
I
to
feel pretty balanced when I play because I throw just as much at you, like Harbinger. I think that's really it, though. Like, as badass, you get tech armor, the ability to have tech armor. That's cool.
That was one of the other things. So, like, if you want tech armor, I mean, we can explain that. Like, engineers, you kind of know. This is a little bit of a shorter video. Engineers, you kind of know what you're doing. Like, the people who pick engineer, kind of you figure out. You're going to be the cyber tech. You're going to be the Ripper Doc. You're going to be the net runners, right? These are the people who are like, I don't want to fire a gun unless I have to.
The rocker boy. We haven't thought about this. An engineer, but as a rocker boy, you could be like a DJ with all your tech.
You will not stop until you get your Korean pop band, will you?
I want it so bad. K-pop in space.
This has been an angle since day one that I've known you. It's like K-pop. We need to get K-pop band.
Someone has to run a one-shot for me where I can be K-pop. I kind of got to do it in like a practice game. I got to at least play my rocker boy and be a part of a girl band. But it wasn't.
What are you talking about? What's her name for Mr. Stid's thing? If she was 100% a K-pop star.
Oh, she's probably a K-pop fan. She is a Demolitions Derby nomad.
Fair enough.
But she has the pizzazz of a really big K-pop fan, you know? Maybe a groupie. She drives the bus.
I gotta know how it fit knows her. I can't wait till y'all bring it back into this.
Anyway, so many ideas. Anyway. A media? And then your drone is like the camera?
Yeah. Who wants to get punched? Who wants to roleplay getting punched by a Krogan?
Yeah. So many options, so many great things. Like I said, we've talked about some of the others in the little mixes with your tech and soldier and tech and biotics in the previous videos. So go check those out. And then our next episode, for anyone interested in engineers, probably be very interested in our next one, where we're going to talk about the items and the weapons and the special things that are in Mass Effect that we've created in a Cyberpunk Red happy version.
I am very convinced after everything we've done. I think our gun selection is way bigger than what they got in Red.
It's huge. It's huge. Because, I mean, Red was very nice in simplifying things in just like categories, which we could have done. But we took those categories and then said, yeah, but this is what the Executioner pistol does. Guys,
yes.
I got to Executioner pistol someone, and it's satisfying.
Amazing. Or maybe you want to be like Rambo. Well, I decided to put the Typhoon and 7 Typhoon in there. You want to be a bullet hose? There you go.
There you go.
Or the the Chakra thrower?
Chakra launcher.
Yeah, Chakra launcher. You want a shotgun with a spinny blade of death?
That's what you put Incinerate on.
Let's not give gun any more ideas.
No one survives that gun anyway. Actually, don't waste it on that.
No,
one survives
that gun. Nobody survives that gun.
Maybe it's like an oh shit Krogan thing, throw the Incinerate on it.
Yeah, maybe that one. But anyway, take us out of here.
Anyway, socials down below. Hey, we have a Discord down there. Will you please tell me all of your crazy Mass Effect tech related inventions you would come up with? Because I will go off with them forever. And I'm going to kill my character in our current Mass Effect game just so I can come back as a tech to make Casey's life a living hell.
Don't do that. Just retire.
She wants to go out in a blaze of glory. Are you kidding me?
Just like you don't want Canvas to die, Canvas is not going to
I can't do that to Space Dad. You're right. Fine. Someday I'll make tech. But you tell me your crazy inventions. We got a Discord, all of our socials. If the PDF is done and out and happy, it's down below. Plus anything else we've made by now.
Probably, down and below. Like we do, I will put it out on here. We are making extra source books.
Yeah.
Because we have ideas. But I want to get this out here so you people can play. I can see the rumblings. I am on Twitter. If somehow Freddie Prinze Jr. sees this, I hear you, and I'm working.
We did it. But other than that, guys, hey, have fun, play well.
All your roles be crits.
We filmed this all in one day, so David and Rich couldn't make us stop doing that. Ha ha ha!